And we're here with Aurelio Useche.
Useche.
Oh, Useche. I was practicing it for a few times there. It's a unique name. I love the name.
Thank you.
CEO of Relevium Technologies. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely. And I heard you came all the way from Montreal, so I appreciate your time.
Yes, absolutely. Why not? You know, it's you guys have a very good following, and I'm very excited to be here with you today.
Absolutely. So when it comes to your company and who you are, what you're doing, what you're excited about, for those who haven't heard of you or have been following you, who is Relevium?
So Relevium has two core businesses. One business is the over-the-counter online retailing of nutraceutical products. We acquired our first brand last year, summertime. And the mission of Relevium really is to become an acquisitive vehicle to add more brands to the portfolio in the United States, in Canada, and Europe. And so we've added, so we have one brand, we've created sub-brands along the way to grow organically. And now we're starting to look at our next acquisition vehicle in the new year.
Very nice.
So that's on the OTC. This year we also started Biocannabis Pharma. So basically it's a biopharma play in cannabis that is focused on pediatric and geriatric applications.
Yeah, and somebody was actually, that's one of our questions from our investors actually, was specifically on that. Where are you in that process with them? And are they licensed already? Are you starting to sell with them, or is that still in the beginning stages?
So it's a startup, it's in the beginning stages. We've almost got the point of completing our application to Health Canada. But because it's a biopharma play, our intention is not to grow to sell flower. Our intention is to have a small grow, to do research, genetic level, molecule level research, process, and turn into medicine. We feel that we have enough leeway in terms of the waiting time to get licensed in the Canadian marketplace. We have other opportunities. We have an opportunity to acquire a license or partner with a license. So that's some of the things that we're looking at. But that's where we are in the process. We're in the process of designing the facility, doing some preliminary construction just to prepare the facility that we have in Montreal.
Yep.
And we have our partners in place. So we have a partner from the United States, Holistic Industries, and we also have licensed IP from another company in the United States called CannaKids, and that IP will form part of the basics to start the pediatric part of the business.
Very nice, very nice. And you said actually that business is in Montreal, so you're looking to be in Montreal there.
In Montreal.
It's interesting, when you look at LPs and you look at people in the cannabis space, it's truly amazing how few are in Montreal. I was very surprised by that.
Even in Quebec as a whole, it's, there's not too many licensed producers. And we're seeing, we're still seeing a lot of people applying to get licenses, and I've attended a lot of presentations, corporate presentations of people that are licensed, and they all have the same, thinking, which is primarily they want to grow. So they were looking to have large, footprints with a lot of production and so on and so forth. So we have a little different approach. We want to focus on controlling the genetics and the actual product itself at the end that is going to be given as medicine. So so Montreal is a great place, not a lot of competition.
Yeah, and I can imagine slowly that'll start happening, but it truly is that exact word, slowly. So they got to catch up sooner or later. They're the second largest province and capita GDP in all of Canada, and they have so few. It's remarkable.
It is absolutely. The other thing that I thought is interesting to know is that there's so much that is not known about the benefits of cannabinoids in general. The endocannabinoid system, which is a system that we all have in our bodies of receptors to take cannabinoids, and the impact of the endocannabinoid system in terms of protecting you from getting sick. So individual targeting, out of all the cannabinoids, is it one that is beneficial? For example, is it really CBD, the holy grail, or is it a combination of THC and CBD? I think it's a combination of everything. We just need to do research and find out what is what for what purposes, and also individually on a patient level, how does a patient react? So the issues that you may have as a patient, or I may have as a patient, God forbid, is maybe we may be dealing with the same condition, but our bodies are different. So so that's where we're trying to gear biocannabis to focus on at that level of research. And we like the pediatric side of things.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously we're all parents and we all have children, and I've been exposed to a lot of these kids who are sick. And for us, it's really also a passion project.
Yeah, and when it comes to your endocannabinoid system, it's amazing how many people don't fully understand that. There's been some research that's come out in the States where it speaks about even gut rot and colitis, how having a lot of CBD in your body, but just cannabinoids in general help, you know, get rid of bad bacteria in your stomach and help promote just a healthier body. But even for hearing how I speak about it, we know so little. We just know about a little thing. Oh, it might be for this. It might be for pain inflammation. It might help you with headaches. And I say the word might. We've seen it does help a lot of different people. I think there's a lot more work to go. And it's like you said, each person will react to it differently. So we do need to put that time into finding out what cannabinoids are working for what people. Is it different from a male to a female? Is it different from someone who's older, from someone who's younger? You know, those are things that we still don't know. And it is very unique seeing people like yourself and other groups going into this, diving in and figuring out, okay, let's find the answers. And for Canada as a whole, I know Israel does a lot of research as well, but Canada has a really unique opportunity right now where we're allowed to research on all of these different things, where in the States they're really handcuffed at times.
Right.
Is that your reason for searching out Quebec, or more so just searching out Canada opposed to the United States with this type of arm?
Yes, and in fact I think that is part of the reason also our partners like our story, because Canada allows them to take their IP and their existing know-how and basically offer it to the world through us. Our partners, for example, they have 8 grow locations in the United States. As you can, they can only sell regionally, state by state, and so on and so forth. So this opens up a different opportunity for them and for us. In terms of cannabinoid, I have to tell you, I agree with you. I think there's a story from the people that were licensing Canna Kids, it's a company in California. And there is a movie called Weed the People that is being shown across Canada. So we're going to be sponsoring the showing of this film across Canada. In that film, there's a story of about 8 children, and I'll give you one of them. One of them is a kid who was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, bone cancer. And when he comes into the film, he's got, the parents are told he's got 20 tumors in his chest, and it doesn't look good. They're telling him we need to give him pain medication to keep him comfortable and so on. So Canna Kids, through their nursing and doctor stuff, they offer some formulations, and they started treating the child. And within a couple of weeks, he was taking off all the opioids for pain. His osteosarcoma is a very painful condition. And within a few months, all 20 tumors disappeared. So the doctors, who are puzzled, and obviously everybody's puzzled, what is it? So they said, he's doing radiation and chemotherapy. Those 2 by themselves did not cause this. Was it cannabinoids that did it? Probably not directly. So the theory is that if you're able to balance your endocannabinoid system, then your body is able to fight and help, for example, take all the side effects of chemotherapy. And so this child today is cancer-free. He remains on medication, on cannabis, and the team believes that he should be on cannabis for the rest of his life. That's another thing. So is it a temporary thing, or is it for life situation? So the theory right now is that your endocannabinoid system needs to be balanced, and the only way, or the best way to do it, is through cannabinoids. So it should be a lifetime dosing of and to keep the person in good shape. So the film has 8 wonderful stories. One of them a sad story, because in that one kid did not do well, but the other ones are like miracle cases. And So I think that's where the space is going to go to. The space has to go to more research. So yes, there is a recreational side. Yes, there's an over-the-counter. So we take CBD. So we're launching a CBD line, Leafy Life, in Europe. We don't have any medical claims, but we know CBD is very good for inflammation, for general health and wellness. But on the medical side, I think everything is going to go down to the molecule and try to target individual conditions for individual people. So,
yeah, I'm very, very intrigued by that. That's one of the reasons why I started investing in cannabis 5 years ago. Because I started reading up about these, and I knew nothing about it. I started seeing you can build with cannabis, you can eat it and not get high. You know, it's nutrition. There's so many different elements. So for one, it's very interesting that you guys are going into this. But for investors that are out there, a lot of people are looking at their portfolios, wondering who's going to be a winner, where can we go next. What can investors be excited about? I believe a lot of yours is in research. Are you guys revenue positive already, or are you guys going to be there in 2019?
So we are revenue positive. The Bioganics, which is the brand that we acquired last year, generates roughly about 4.2 to 4.5 million.
Okay.
We are expanding the brand. We're launching new products, new marketplaces. So the one thing that everyone can expect is some growth organically at our OTC, over-the-counter business. We can expect also that there will be 1 or 2 acquisitions in 2019 to add to the revenue base. And in terms of biocannabis, I think we can expect the company to be in a position where we've applied for the license, we're advanced, we're in construction. All of this, of course, will be subject to funding that we're planning to do in Q1. Gotcha. For biocannabis. So yeah, so we're excited. There's some acquisition opportunities as well when it comes to biocannabis that we're looking at. And we announced today we have a team that joined us as an ex-director of operations from Amazon Inc. So a lot of our business is Amazon driven. And Amazon by itself is a bit of a mystery. It's not an easy market to know. There's many changes. The way that the algorithm, so the A9 algorithm that Amazon has, went through many changes this year. So we felt that having someone that has inside know-how on Amazon would be the right person to come in and lead that business for us. So we made that announcement today.
Very nice.
So we have a lot to be excited about. And I hope that our shareholders feel the same way. It's a tough market, and I think we're going to see some corrections. As you know, there've been some bad news as well in the market and so on and so forth. So we expect some corrections, but Relevium offers a bit of both. So Relevium offers to the shareholders a traditional health and wellness business that is incorporating cannabinoids, but it's not dependent in the cannabis market. And then we're offering the experience of our board and our management in biopharma for a cannabis research-focused medical purpose company. So I think there's 2 items at play here. Yeah. And so I think 2019 will be a good year for us.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to see what you have in store as well. So for anybody who is looking to find out more about your company, your website, and where you can find you on the stock exchange as well.
Yeah, so you can find us on the website, RLViumTechnologies.com. We have social media presence as well, and I'm available anytime as well. If you look on the press releases, you can find me. I'm one of the people who read the investors at the RLViumCorp.com. So I'm actively, and I'm always accessible to anyone who wants to reach out to me and learn more about the company. Well,
absolutely. Well, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to come into the studio. For all of our viewers, to find a little bit more about your company, you found out where you can learn more on your website and looking up your stock ticker as well. I appreciate very much coming in.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to having you again in the new year so you can update us a little bit more about what's going on with your company.
Anytime. We'll be happy to come by here.